Oh shit, here we go again.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, it's your man I Make Mad Beats. We're here with another episode of Type Beat and unapologetic Type Beat for Producer podcast. We're live from outer space here right in the middle of Memphis. Behind me is my cast for the evening or for the afternoon or for the day or for the midnight hour, whenever you join us. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Wherever you are. I am LJ.
Unique.
Indeed. And yeah, I think we might be being seen in a variety of places, a little bit different this time, because we got it live up. I think we got it live on IG, and maybe a few other spots too. So yeah, however you viewing us, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all for viewing us. This is a producer podcast. We talk about all things producer, engineering, music, whatever's happening in the world of creativity and entertainment. Sometimes we might discuss it, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to drop comments, to post questions. It all works out in the end. Man, Sunny Digital actually followed us, bro. That's crazy.
We out here.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Big shout out Sunny Digital still. You know what I'm saying? Weeks later. Man, what are we talking about today?
Man, so, you know, I'm a sports guy. And so often I try to see what the similarities are. Dion, play good, look good, play good. So I wonder if it's the same in the studio. Like, does your appearance dictate how you show up, how you perform during that session? Like, does that really matter?
Yeah. What else we got?
I see you feeling the way already.
Before we go in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Has there ever been a time during a session where you've been scared or nervous to try out some new equipment, a new technique, new plugins? And the last is FocusWrong The GOAT. I'm just saying, it's a new time, new era.
I'm looking forward to publicly staking my claim in this discussion. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know me, the bougie interface guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. We're going to come to that last. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about first, my brother?
Man, your appearance, the way you show up to a session, does that truly, like, dictate or alter how you perform during that session?
Yes and no. And I'll say that because I ain't even gonna lie. Like, if my hair ain't done and there's some cameras around and shit, like, my session might not go as crisp as I know it can go.
That's crazy.
I will say that. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, if my hair is not done, like, that's a big thing for me. Like, my hair has to be done. Like, I have to be looking like something. Like, if my hair ain't done, it's wrapped up, and my clothes have to look like something. Like, something has to look like something when I'm coming to record. Like, I just feel good. You know what I'm saying? When you look good, you feel good. You ready to record some good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm looking like shit, I ain't gonna sound like shit. But I've come to the studio in, like, a relaxed way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's a relaxed look.
Yeah, like, I've come relaxed, but, like, I'm still gonna have, like, some insecurities or something like that flowing around. Like, if, like, somebody starts recording me or something like that, so and I happen to see it.
Is it more so just the cameras? That the fact that there's cameras in the session?
Yeah. Or if there's a lot of people in the room, you know what I'm saying, just watching and stuff like that, and I'm looking crazy that day, but
so
I'm around my niggas, so I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm around my niggas, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But we never know who will walk up in the studio. So, like, it's like, nowadays I'm more mindful of that.
So hold on, let me ask you this: with all of that in play, right?
Yeah.
Like, how long does it take you? Like, if you just chilling at the crib and you get the call, like, "Hey, yo, get to the studio as soon as possible." What is as soon as possible?
As soon as possible is literally get myself together and put.
So give that a time.
Oh.
How long does it take to do that? Yeah, I mean, what does it look like to get ready to go to the studio, knowing that your appearance plays that much of a role?
Probably like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah. I give myself a good hour, for real, because I really don't wear much. I don't wear makeup like that. Like, the only time I wear makeup is when I feel like I'm finna go on stage.
Okay.
Like, I don't wear makeup. The only thing I will put on some lashes, and I'll, like, probably darken up my eyebrows a little bit or whatnot, but that's about it. And I'll put some lip gloss on, some Carmex. But yeah, it's more so my wardrobe that takes forever. And I'll have something out, and then I'll be like, I don't like the way my body look on that one, or like, damn, my rose sticking out a little too far in that one, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be trying to like look like the mood I'm finna get in, and it don't always happen like that, but it's all right.
Man, I've
gotten better.
I wish Cam or Pro was here.
Man.
Yeah.
For this question.
Yeah.
Because
No,
I feel
for
like
real.
me and you, in the way I'm thinking, I was initially about to say, there's a difference
Y'all
between.
don't think about that kind of shit.
Yeah, most guys don't, but but then I thought about Cam or Pro, like that's part of who they are.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
You
you
know.
two don't think about
Right,
it. Yeah,
right. So
that
I couldn't
would've
say
been
the initial
great.
statement I was going
Shout
to say.
out to Cam and Pro.
I mean, hold on.
But that's why I said I wonder how.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wonder how would they approach this? Like, does it bother
Okay.
them? Does it make a difference how they perform?
Hold on, just as a guy. So I mean, let me be clear about something. I do think that the studio experience that we have is maybe a little bit different because we're also a label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, there have been times where Cam pulled up. Big shout out to my brother Cameron Bethany, for those who don't know. There have been times where Cam pulled up just in some sweats and a shirt type stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then those just happen to be the times where it's like, hey, yo, Cam, we got to shoot some content, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, and then Cam's like, damn, bro, you got me out here looking like this, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, all right, well, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so because of that, there's almost some PTSD. Like, now I know Cam 1,000% because we don't know what's about to happen when he get here.
Yeah.
Cam show up looking like he ready for a photo
Period.
shoot every time. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, though, it's not that I, like me personally, it's not that I don't have those concerns. I do have those concerns, but not necessarily to get the best out of myself in the studio as much as, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
I feel that.
As much as it is like just being a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like being a leader and knowing that I have to bring my best face and, and just that I'm representative of like what can and can't be in some ways. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so because of that, yeah, I do care about my appearance as such, but especially now that the studio ain't in my crib.
Right.
Yeah.
When the studio was in my crib, then y'all was seeing an extra relaxed young me.
Yeah.
But now that I gotta get up, I gotta get in my car. People gotta look at me driving down the street. I gotta pull up. The neighbors are seeing me. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no telling what's about to happen. Then now I gotta really, put some effort into it. But now I've definitely watched you, Unique. I've watched you like. It'd be feeling like you just create, I don't mean create the outfit. I mean, you create the clothing. You'd be like, I got to go to the studio. Let me make a shirt quick, bro.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Unique be actually making clothes, bro.
Everything.
Literally.
Everything she puts on. Everything.
Literally. Made my outfit for the show.
Bounce God, what up, man? Sunny D.
What up, family?
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
What's
What's
word,
up,
man?
baby?
What's in the refrigerator? We got Sunny D. We got the purple stuff.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Thirsty, ain't it? No.
LJ, what's good,
Yeah,
man?
I was thinking because with me,
Yeah.
I think because, like you said, I'm not at the house. I'm coming out. I'm coming up here. You never know what's happening. So I try to put more details into it. But like overall, to perform, to do what I do, nah, it doesn't really bother me. Honestly, if it's truly up to me, on some like when I'm working, I'll be in a hoodie, some sweats,
Yeah. Now, hold on. I will say this, though. And this is just after, like, mad years of living this life. I feel like there's a bit of nuance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so, for example, like, people will respond to me as if I tried to look a certain way, and I absolutely did not. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think it's like the way you carry yourself.
Yeah, I think that plays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? In
Definitely.
terms of whether or not people felt like you put effort into it,
Definitely.
right?
that makes sense.
But I will also say this. Now, I don't think I just be thinking about it like that, but I'll say this: if there is like a physical appearance thing that makes a difference on how and what I do in the studio, it's like whether or not I'm in shape. That definitely does.
That's the thing for sure.
Yeah.
That definitely does. Like if I feel if when I walk into the studio and I feel like I've been eating right, I've been, exercising, if I can feel the slight pain at the edges of my muscles, you know what I'm saying? If I feel all of that, like I'm ready for war, that does do something from my mentality when I begin to work, you know what I'm saying?
I will say, like, it's not necessarily for me, like, clothing, but, like, it was been times I come into the studio and, like, I don't have my bracelet on or, like, my necklace or whatever, and it feels weird. I feel naked, like, so it's not necessarily the clothes, but it's just certain things. And I think it's more so because the value I put on these items.
Yeah.
Which is what, like, makes me feel like I could be driving down the street and I realize I don't have it. I'm like, now it's my whole aura is kind of different,
Now, hold on, we talking, you in pro. What we should be talking about is C major.
Hey.
C major is the most. I can't leave a crib without a fresh fit on.
And a fresh pair of socks.
That is in my orbit without a doubt. I have never seen somebody cares that as much as C major. That's facts.
Shoes be on point every time.
Every
time.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
That's real. C major, where you at, bro?
Especially as a producer, engineer, like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he not even like the dude on the mic.
Yeah.
He probably gonna say 7 words to you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But he got to be getting shirts directly from Apple.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
crisp as hell.
Crazy.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my GC Mage. Big shout out to the whole crew.
Whole squad.
They headed to go do a show right now about 3 hours away, you know what I'm saying, on the Weirdly Luxurious tour. Big shout out to C Mage, Pro, Jackson, Offram. I'm leaving somebody out on purpose. But those are the main people that just shout out to. You know what I mean? Exactly,
don't do kid like
Anybody
that.
else not really.
And
Shout
period. I got your back, bro.
Yeah, man.
And period.
Everybody else is just kind of whatever.
And period.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even really.
I got your back.
I don't even care.
I got
Anybody
your
else,
back.
bro, is just like whatever, bro.
Just know that.
Shout out to whether or not you existed or not. I'm not even sure.
He flipped the camera on me, but I'm in the back. I got your back.
Let's do this.
Bro, you just gotta love the dynamics, man. Yeah.
Big shout out to my brother Kid Maestro, man. We missing you on the pod. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all got to travel, spread the good news, the gospel of unapologetic. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
All right. Yeah.
Yo, so
Indeed.
is it okay? On the appearance, is there something that you feel like you have to have on you in these sessions? Like not some to do the job, like technical or whatever. Like for me, of course, I said like my bracelet, the necklace, whatever. Like those certain things that you have to have. If you don't have it, it's like I'm off.
A blunt.
You know, I respect that.
We talking about clothes,
I guess.
bro.
She said,
about clothes. My G said.
So that's necessary for a session. I feel that though. I feel that though.
Now you got to ask the question. Hold on. Now we got to ask the question, man. Are you saying that you look at that as an article of clothing, like that? Because that's what we're clearly talking about, clothing. And you mentioned this, so I gotta understand. I'm trying to understand where you place this in your life.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, is this something that you wear on your person? Like,
Yes, the stench.
damn, that's the perfume.
That's the perfume.
Okay. Yeah, man.
No,
I gotta smell like the Mother Earth, you know.
But nah, let's see, what is it? Oh wow. I don't know, because I take my shoes off. I don't like having my shoes on when I'm recording.
Real quick, shout out to all the viewers, man. We see y'all tapping in.
Shout
The
out.
number keeps rising and rising and rising. Definitely leave us some comments. Respond to what we saying and doing. We'd love to hear from you guys. Go ahead, Unique.
An article of clothing. I have to have at least something covering my breast and my ass.
We getting down to the basics, you know what I'm saying? We got to start with a good foundation, you know what I mean? I respect that, you know what I'm saying? We not making no assumptions. We got to wear underwear, you know what I'm saying? Socks, basic things like shirts and shorts.
feel me?
Anything else, I'm
she
good.
took it back to the basics,
I'm good.
man.
That's
She said,
right.
I'm ready for whatever. I just need some underwear on. I'm good.
You know?
We was thinking too far, bro. You know what I mean? No
Y'all
doubt.
said clothes.
My bad. All right. Good
That's-
answer, Unique.
that's
Appreciate
real,
that.
though.
Yes,
I respect
that is extremely real, actually.
Thank you.
I don't think there is a possible realer answer than that. So big shout out, you know what I'm saying? No doubt. Yeah. How about you, LJ?
Well, I said my thing, but I think one thing I do want to touch on, like Unique said, a blunt. I have seen
Time out. I got to acknowledge the
Give me some
comment.
dap.
Bounce God said, "I really hope Unique that's the case, or no one else will be able to focus, fam."
Oh, damn.
That's a real statement, man. That's a
Yeah.
real statement.
Respect.
So doing that is respect for the studio.
You know?
facts.
I
You
gotta
know what I mean? Respect
Gotta
for
be
the other
focused.
people
You feel
around.
me?
Other people do their best.
You know what I'm saying? But when
Underneath
I'm at
these
home,
scenarios as well, man. This is a very comprehensive approach. LJ, what you got, bro?
Yeah, so I was just speaking on, like, I have seen artists perform differently when they're elevated, whether just smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, any type of whatever. There's a
smoke
difference.
cigarettes.
I've seen it, and I've seen some that don't have it, like don't partake in whatever, and like their anxiety gets to them. They overthink the process of what they're doing. They don't necessarily like the stuff that they're creating. Like I've seen those situations. It's an interesting dynamic. I don't think.
I have been in, well, I guess it depended on the environment for me. I've been more calm about that, like here lately. Like usually when I'm at home, like I have to smoke a blunt just to get motivated to like do something because I have so many other distractions around. But it's like when I come to a different environment to create, it's like, okay, I can think.
Yeah, a lot of people say it helps quiet their mind.
Yeah.
Which is, it's interesting, and I be having to like remember, like everyone's not me, and that's because a lot of times I'm like, if I got something to do, I can just do it.
Yeah,
Some people like do require these other things to just help them, focus or get through the process or whatever they're trying to get through.
I do notice like when I'm not high, I get more in a C major scale of a mood.
What does that even mean?
Like in a I'm speaking like piano keys.
Okay.
That's why I said C major scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But no. And when I do smoke, I go into like that G scale.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard.
That's the best way for me to explain it. Like I feel like that commercial when I'm not high.
That's
You feel
interesting.
me?
That's right. No, that's
I feel like
no, that's real. I've never heard that. Like,
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
like-
real
I've never-
interesting.
yeah, like
What up to all the people on IG checking us out?
I
Salute,
literally-
salute.
Hey, IG, I
Period.
Coming in.
looking good out here.
I
Coming in.
literally feel
Pause.
like, everything's like, oh, I'm goofy and blah, blah, blah. But when,
Yeah.
like when and it's more so that happy jazz, that ding, 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 you wave your finger to type shit. But
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, but it's like when I get high, it's like that D'Angelo, like make you want to start gyrating and shit. And I just feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel great.
This episode of Type Beat
For
is
real.
interesting. You know what
You know
I
what I'm
mean?
saying? Like, for
I think I
real.
realized what Kid was holding up and also what wasn't happening because Kid Maestro was here, because this is definitely taking an interesting turn.
real,
One
though.
more reason to not give a shout out to Kid Maestro.
Period.
That's my brother though, man, sadly. You know what I mean?
Nah, I just never heard of like that being the thing to change how you create, so to speak.
Yeah.
And for you to say like it changes yes, I get the mood, but it actually like changing the type of scale you perform in and stuff like.
Well, meaning like a C major scale, how does it make you feel? Makes you feel all jolly and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like birds are chirping and stuff. Like I feel like those minor scales make you see reality. I really like tap in. Like I really tap in. Like when I get high. That's what I mean. Like I just use scales to.
No, I'm
if
just
y'all
even
would see
still.
it
That's
from
just
a producer's, point of view.
it's just interesting.
For sure.
Man, is there anything that you feel like you have to have on you?
No, I don't. And that's a wonderful thing. I don't have to have it though. I don't have to have it, but I don't have to have weed. Listen. I ain't gotta have weed. I can have shrooms. For real. Dang, it's a minor in here. My bad, my brother.
I'm almost not.
My bad. But you gonna hear about this one day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like one or the other though. Like that makes me feel like that's high right there. That's how you feel when you high. Like everything's all good, all relaxed.
But it's,
Wait. So,
Listen,
what is
y'all.
this one?
That is.
No. When do you feel like that?
When I'm not high.
When you're not high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the high when I'm listening to that. Oh. I done start rolling up.
what is that? Ooh, that was fun.
Ooh, shit, I'm on the floor. High as a motherfucker after that. Like, goddamn. The magic's finna come out. The magic is finna come out, you guys. Listen.
It's gonna come out.
When that note comes, don't play with me in the booth. Don't play with me. Come on.
Man, is there anything that you have to have on you?
Tea.
Nah, nothing that I have to have on me. Though I will say though, I feel like a different producer when I got all my rings on.
Yeah.
My hands feel different. Obviously, the more doom rings I have on, the darker the music is gonna be. That's rings is and I got that from two people, man. Two of my favorite producers, RZA and DJ High Tech. You know what I'm saying? Who High Tech is ultra slept on. But both of those guys, man, RZA is known for like the pyramids and all the crazy rings, you know what I'm saying? But then you had High Tech. It was this one song he did with Common. What? Not. And he was scratching on it. And he had this ring on while he was scratching. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Was it the one that stretched across his knuckles?
Nah, it was just a regular ring. It was just, I don't know, just watching somebody scratch with rings on. It was kind of like watching Michael Jackson with the one glove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was particularly.
I've been trying to figure out what's that thing for me. I don't know yet. I haven't.
All right, we got a question.
All right.
We got a question that only Unique can actually quote. Unique, I'm gonna need you to read. Shout out Dino Star Seed.
Shout out to Dino Star Seed for coming into the chat. Dino Star Seed said, y'all ever had clients need unusual things in the studio sessions that made you uncomfortable? Like naked bitches or something?
Okay.
Have y'all basically
LJ,
saying?
what's good, fam?
I feel like Mag got some stories with this.
Have y'all ever had clients that needed like strippers and shit up in the room just to have to get the vibe right, and drugs and whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you got some stories.
I definitely have
that for sure.
Like that.
I don't think I have many stories like that on some like, I need this to part of the session type thing. That was just odd.
No.
Nah, I can't say I have. I think because of hip hop and music, I'm used to the like, can we get some weed or whatever. But like, I think that's the most I've had.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that
All right, so I've definitely been in the studio with random strippers just providing entertainment. I've definitely been in the studio with, stronger than usual drugs.
Yeah.
I have to.
I've seen people use these things and create in positive and negative ways. Just trying to figure out how much further I want to go.
I don't think I want to speak on this.
But I've definitely I've definitely been around artists who are like, nah, I need, the presence of an attractive woman around.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To like really get in the zone. I've always thought that was interesting. A previous version of me would have been significantly more judgmental about that kind of thing. But this version of me is just like, hey man, as long as you know yourself and you know what you need to get the best out of you, hey man, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? I would me personally, I would much rather only have to rely on myself and honestly be empowered by knowing that I am enough, right? That I am my genius and that I don't necessarily need, any sort of, I don't have any dependent nature on anything to be the genius I need to be to create. But that's just for me. I don't have any judgment for anybody else. Some people train, other people need trainers, right? As long as you're dedicated to getting the desired result, that's all that really matters. Yeah. There's some things in life where, all I need is me. And then there's some things in life where I need somebody to be like, hey, bro, did you eat? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And in that regard, as simple as it sounds, I need a trainer, because it's just not a natural jump for me to be thinking about, you know what I'm saying? I know it's going to sound weird and in some ways kind of toxic, but it's my truth. It's Makes actually sense. Who I am. It's actually my life. Anything else would be a lie.
I feel that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I will say, so I've never had anything like a drug or anything like that or strippers or whatever. But one thing that caught me off guard that made me like reevaluate how I look at sessions, artist came in, she just needs to cry. And like, and that's when I realized like, this is therapy. And it's not an odd thing, but it was for me at that time because I've never, I was so used to like thinking, well, my mind, like, all right, you come in, we working, we get into it or whatever, but then like that moment made me switch up how I approach every session now.
I had someone, I had to make a dope run. Well, I didn't make the run, I just made the call, but yeah, someone needed some cocaine for this session, and I provided.
Damn. Type B getting real today, man.
You out here in the fields for real. She's like, I provided.
Damn, Kid Maestro, where you at, man?
Yeah.
Kid Maestro had some balance to this joke. My bad, Kid. I was dissing you. My bad. I appreciate you.
That's just like, I was just watching this podcast where these two guys were, it was three guys on the table, but like two of them were indulging in cocaine right there on the live podcast.
I'm not sure how I would respond to
like online. Like that shit was wild. I was like, what the fuck? But that stuff really happens. Like,
I've 1 trillion. I think I've even told stories recently about the effects of cocaine in the studio, and
like they create good and bad situations.
I'm never ever gonna say they create good scenarios. Never.
Well, I'll say they create. And you know what? I said they created good scenarios because I've been able to shake some great hands.
Because of that?
Because of, yes. You'd be surprised what kind of people do cocaine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know you wouldn't. But I'm saying, like, the listeners out there, y'all will be surprised. The people that y'all call boss that do cocaine. So serious. Functioning cocaine.
I don't know, man.
We took an interesting turn with this guy, bro.
The boss, man. So the boss of the plug-in world, the boss of the consoles, the SSL, right? This was for me the one tool that I was scared of using in sessions, like, because I think now looking back at it, I just didn't have the knowledge of it. But like the channel strip, bro, it was just so much.
Okay, so hold on. Just for clarity, we have now changed the focus.
Yes.
Okay, so now, what's the title of this segment, LJ?
Equipment, plugins, or techniques that you were afraid to use during sessions.
Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, and for me, that was
Big shout out to everybody dropping comments. Bounce God, I see you. Dino Starseed.
Shout
Damn.
out.
Anon, what up, homie? He said, sounds like method acting from music artists. Yeah, it's interesting, bro. It's interesting. The things. I mean, hey, go listen to the first lines on Jizz's Liquid Swords. When the MCs came, I'm gonna let y'all go and read the rest, man. Some had to. Liquid Swords, man. Look that up. Jizza. GZA. Look up the first lyrics to that song. LJ, go ahead, my bro.
Yeah, man. Plugins or software, consoles, different tools, techniques that you were afraid to use during the session.
I'm afraid to death to like really like hit certain notes.
Really?
On stage and in the booth. Very afraid.
That's interesting.
I know I should push myself more, but I've had too many times where I've tried to hit it the wrong way. And I'm like, damn.
Hey. What is going on?
But yeah, you feel me? But yeah. But
Bro, there's going to be so many clips
Yeah.
from this. So many.
Yeah.
but no.
Hey, what'd you try to do?
Yeah.
What was you
I
trying
tried
to
to
do?
hit it the wrong way, but no, like
Okay.
the last time I think I was in choir. The last time I hit like a really high note,
Yeah.
like without doing any exercises or anything like that, like I ended up like kind of giving myself a headache on stage in the middle of service, and kind of had to walk off stage in the middle of service while we were singing. And it was kind of embarrassing for me, but everybody was like, no, it's okay. Come on. But I felt like literally dizzy as fuck. So ever since then, I just don't hit certain notes. And I feel like I'm kind of like messing myself up a little bit too, because I know I can push myself. It was just maybe I was doing it the wrong way and trying to sing over all the bad notes that I was listening to. Not saying that people can't sing, but, you know, everybody's is tuned a little different, you know? I say that.
So that's something you're scared to do in the session?
Yeah. Because I'm afraid I'm just gonna like I'm afraid my head is gonna like start hurting and I'm gonna have like a brain aneurysm like my mom did.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
That's a real fear.
Well,
Yeah.
That's different.
That's a real
Yeah,
fear.
that's-
And so
yeah.
every time I feel like a brain shocker, like my head starts hurting. If I sing too loud, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm just gonna like fall out. And I don't want that to happen. And that's why I be screaming about like, ooh, I want to go like get vocal coaching. Y'all be like, no, I don't need. I'm like, I need something because like I know I can hit certain notes and I want to hit certain notes, but I'm afraid because I'm afraid of like, what if I hit it the wrong way and I end up passing out?
never knew that was a fear.
Man. Took us a while to get to the root of that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I respect it.
That's
I respect it. Man, hitting, who knew, like, the spectrum of being a vocalist could be so potentially scary, you know what I'm saying? But all the respect, you know what I'm saying? LJ, what you was afraid of, man? You said you was afraid of the SSL plugins?
yeah, the channel strip.
The channel strip jumps. Bounce God says, I used to stay away from analog emulation plugins until I started working with LJ. Now I can't leave them alone. Damn.
Come on, being a motivator out here. Period.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta do it.
Dino Starseed says, that's low-key a flex. What if I hit a note that destroys me? Damn. That's on some Thanos.
That's yo, what?
I like how you put that, Dino Star.
Yeah, that's
like that.
Nah, that's a crazy.
Now
that's
you
a-
gonna make me want to go practice. I appreciate that.
Man, don't destroy yourself.
It's like I got power. That's crazy. I didn't think about it that way.
I did it. Nah, man. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Nah, man, anything I was afraid? Like,
something like during the session, you was like, I seen someone use this and it did the job, but I can't pull it up right now. I'm not even finna risk doing that shit.
I don't think now, but there was a time where I was like, there was like parallel compression. You know, there was like, you know, maybe something like that with parallel compression. I think there was a time before I understood like floor noise. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, sometimes I would try to use analog components and my gain structure wouldn't be right. And so I would just end up pushing in a lot of floor noise. And then that would, you know, when I print, I can hear this hiss, you know what I'm saying, or just floor noise. And I used to just be like, what, you know, I didn't know what was going on. And so that made me hesitate on certain, particularly analog compressors, which are like bringing up the quiet, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Probably so. Man, ribbon microphones.
That's
because they're just a little bit more delicate than you know, your other kinds of microphones. Man, probably.
I got one.
I feel like for the longest time, like miking amps, right? Mostly because I was just dealing with, or I had been traumatized by like terrible amps with just a whole bunch of humming and buzz, and the idea of like, nah, man, let's just go direct. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just the fear of getting all of that and then having to figure it out later. You know what I'm saying? That was just me not witnessing it done properly with good amps. So once I saw that and realized, like, no, there's ways to mitigate this, I didn't really have any problems. I think the fear of introducing anything that could add like some level of like ground loop feedback before I understood like the things that cause ground loop feedback. So like, you know, ground lifts and just other approaches to signal chain. I was just try to dodge that for sure. But now, man, I'm not really. I kind of use it.
Now niggas ready for war.
I used to be afraid to record with auto-tune in my DAW.
No, that's a real
because of the latency that used to come with it. Like when I would record and try to have my auto-tune on there, like the latency used to be terrible before they started upgrading everything.
I think that's a real thing.
And it made me not want to use auto-tune for a long time, and I really tried to like perfect my notes.
Yo, I think that's a real thing, and I honestly think this could be a great like segue to the next conversation of Focuswright being the GOAT.
Ooh.
Come on.
Okay.
But in this sense, I'm not necessarily agreeing with Focuswright, but I'm saying the auto-tune is a real thing because, and like in Pro Tools, if you don't know how to do it correctly, it can definitely fuck some shit up.
Shut down.
But like because of we have interfaces like the Apollo that, you know, it comes with auto-tune and stuff, and you can print auto-tune into the session latency free. Like if you know how to use it, it's a game changer. But yeah, so salute to because that was my first version, at least, is with the Apollo. Once I got the Apollo, I was able to actually like record with auto-tune correctly. I think when I was just using it like in Pro Tools on the setup that I had, bro, every time that shit was crashing. Every time. It was never, or it would like glitch during the recordings or something like. Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, the auto-tune. I think once there became like, so when I was being introduced to auto-tune, it wasn't to hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the point of it, it was kind of like now. Nah, you know what?
It's the sound.
I was about to make a crazy, wild analogy. I'm gonna fall back.
Come on, dog.
Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna save that for Let's Get Canceled.
Okay.
Wow, one of them. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of them. Nah, like, you know, the point of auto-tune was like the point of compression or the point of anything else, where it's like it wasn't necessarily for you to hear the compression, it was for it to sound like this is how it sounds naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I saw a lot of engineers be straight magicians with auto-tune or Melodyne, you know. And you know, I just saw a comment where somebody said in the IG, big shout out to everybody in the IG chats, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said, personally, I can hear it right away when there's auto-tune on a voice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think under today's idea of what that is, absolutely, right? Mm-hmm. But auto-tune can absolutely be, when done by professionals, you have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
You don't hear it at all.
That's right.
You know, and that's when auto-tune is used at its finest.
Yeah.
How auto-tune is typically used now, it's a style created by an amateur use of it. Right?
It's part of the sound now.
Yeah. It was done in an amateur way, and that was enjoyable, so people kept using it that way. But that, if you go to the creators of auto-tune, they will say that's not how we designed this.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's just how hip hop decided to use it. You know, and so like in the beginning, when you learn how to, you know, really use auto-tune so that you don't hear it, once it became a trend to hear it, I remember thinking to myself, like,
Bro,
how do you, like, the only way, I remember just thinking to myself, the only way that people can hear it is if you sing the wrong notes. So am I gonna ask artists, like, that was a little bit too good, like, sing the wrong notes so auto-tune can correct you, and then what people are hearing is that auto-tune correction. You know what I'm saying? But then I realized, like, nah, there's like a speed in which you can create the corrections that are so unhuman of a speed that it'll sound like auto-tune, you know?
Sirens are a good exercise to do. I do sirens nowadays. That's a good one. Yeah. Definitely.
I was lost.
So we ready to talk about the blasphemous shit, or are y'all
I mean, so I think there was a period where the Focusrite was the GOAT.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, real quick before we go into this, because I don't want no interruptions. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Period.
Shout out to everybody tuning in, wherever you're tuning in on Twitch, IG. I think we're on Twitter, aka X right now. YouTube, big shout out to my YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? We're not on Facebook because Facebook doing dumb shit.
They trash.
Big shout out everybody. If you're in the chat and you a musician and you got a Focusrite, or you had a Focusrite, or you got friends with a Focusrite, it's time to listen in because the truth about to get delivered finally. Let's get it now. What you was about to say, LJ?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think at one point I felt like Focusrite was on some like home studio type of situation.
Yeah.
But I think the
at one time, okay.
Yeah.
At one point.
At one point.
As if it's not right now. All right,
wait. And I say that just because of the way music is now, like, and the way a lot of people...
Music recorded through the Focusrite or real music? My bad. Go ahead.
Listen!
My bad.
The way music is created now,
brother.
like, I feel like the being portable and, of course, it's price efficient.
Yeah.
You can afford it. Like,
the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Come on now. Simplicity. You can plug in wherever you go, especially depending on which one you get, because they have different ones for different kind of settings. And I personally love Focusrite. I've been using Focusrite for the past...
You said you love it?
I love it for the simple fact that it has gotten all of my ideas out in a great way to where I can at least send my vocals over and still use them as long as I know my machine. I've been learning how to mix my stuff a lot better to where my vocals sound a lot better than they used to when I used to send you stuff. No, bro, come on now, tell me now. Like, and I still got my Focusrite mic. I've had that house. I paid $199 for my studio setup. And I still have that bitch. I ain't lying to you. And that hoe's still working. Matter of fact, the joint that I recorded called Dumb, I recorded that joint on my Focusrite joint. And it came out period.
It's a joke that told itself.
That joint came out really that joint came out clean. The vocals was clean on there. The compression was clean on there. Everything was clean. The EQ on there was perfect. It never sounded so. It never sounded. Who said mad disrespectful? Dino Star City have a chord. Damn it. Damn it. Have a plug.
Hey, LJ, you want to continue the lines or you want me to chime in?
Hold on.
Go ahead, chime in.
What I was saying was like I definitely feel at one point it was the GOAT because of the transition of things being mobile, whatever. But
ain't no buts.
it is
the fact that I'm even allowed. I think I'm gonna take this off my IG because this is on my screen.
All of this is worldwide.
This should not
type
even
shit.
be allowed, bro.
Worldwide.
This is a disgrace.
But I'm just thinking about like the way a lot of music is created now. It's definitely on some. You're mobile. You're moving around. And a lot of things you can't take certain interfaces
Can't
everywhere
take
with
that
you.
big ass Apollo everywhere you go.
Wait, because
I meant Mad Beast is disrespectful. It's not. Thank you, Dino.
She got to focus right. She got to focus
You ain't
right.
got to get no cord, no plug.
This is why I say like there was a point, but even with like everything still being mobile, whatever, I'm not picking a Focusrite over like my Apollo. Or some of these other ones.
I get that to a certain extent, but when you
to all extents ever, every extent.
No. So you gonna carry that big ass Apollo X?
Bro, mine is smaller than that.
Oh, I wish I could pick that jet up and show y'all. I promise that jet heavy as hell.
Nah, first off, that's not heavy, and mine is smaller than that. Mine's smaller than that, so it's.
But is it as portable and ready as the Focusrite?
It's better than the Focusrite.
I know it's better as in quality. Come on,
but
now.
I'm just saying that's what makes it.
But the
superior.
Focusrite can get up with it though.
No,
the Focusrite is just as efficient.
It can't.
Yes, it is.
No, it can't.
Oh my God, y'all not finna do me like this today.
It's absolutely all.
It's just the facts. It's just the facts.
I haven't said anything yet.
It's just the facts. Like, and I'm not even gonna bring up the example because I know the example.
I know.
It's just
it.
The Apollo, like, and this is why I'm saying I feel like it's losing that GOAT status because there are so many different like mobile interfaces now, and even at the same price range because the Apollo they have a Vote. I haven't used the Vote personally, but it comes with like different software and stuff like that, and you still get I believe the same the latency stuff like that my Apollo has. I don't think
Focusrite does the same thing though.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It has programs that comes with it. Yes, it does.
That's not what I'm saying though.
What are you saying? My bad.
Focusrite doesn't give you like the latency free. Focusrite definitely don't come with the quality of plugins that the UAD comes with. Just the sound that.
No, it has good plugins.
Focusrite, you can't.
Name a Focusrite plugin.
All right, leave me alone.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. You like Focusrite can't model out of different.
All right, shit. But you know what though, y'all?
Nah, you don't know.
No,
listen. I don't need to know nothing else.
I love my Focusrite for the simple fact of like I've gotten a lot done with it, even with a shitty mic. Like
you don't even know if it was shitty. It could have been great. You was running it into a Focusrite. You have no idea the quality of that mic.
I paid $50 for that mic.
It could have been the greatest mic of all time. You would have had no idea. Continue on. You wouldn't have. Come on, man. What we talking about?
Listen, damn it.
I mean, I get it. The Focus, it did its thing.
Yeah.
It had its time, but now I feel like there are other.
Never had a time, bro.
There are other like interfaces, even budget friendly that I feel
Y'all
like.
gonna get up my box, my red box.
Never had a time, bro. Focusrite is focused wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's focused on the wrong things.
No, I definitely.
That's what we officially call it now,
The
man.
focus wrong.
Focus wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So this your machine, huh?
That's it, bro. All right, so y'all ready
And
for
watch
me
they
to
come
go in?
sponsor my ass.
Pause.
And we
Hey.
work on a way to upgrade that Focusrite and turn it to a Focus XL.
You know what? like, good luck upgrading, you know what I'm saying, a toothpick into a house. You know what I'm saying? It's not possible, bro. You kind of have to just.
a toothpick, bro.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? A very slim little thing off of plywood. You trying to turn it to a mansion? It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? All right, so y'all ready? I'll let y'all have some moments, man. I'll let y'all go on for a minute. We ready for the scientists to speak? I can tell you scientifically why that is an inferior, and not even the most inferior hunk of metal in music history.
Damn.
Y'all ready or not? It's all good. I'll give y'all more time. Let me get some coffee. Big shout out my Gio Saze.
The most
coffee. Big shout out. Hold on, time out. This is a good time. Coffee Black, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good time to tune in. Yo, the studio, Outer Space Studios, is sponsored by Coffee Black. The only coffee I drink is Coffee Black, man. Big shout out to the whole Coffee Black team. Another company founded here in Memphis, Tennessee by some amazing people making international waves.
Don't play with them.
Don't play, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my man Bart. He got me over here doing real pour-overs, man.
Period. Come on.
It's a different level, man. It's a different level. I enjoy it every day, man. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to all my G's from Coffee Black, man. All right, with that being said, man, I'll let y'all just give a quick second, man. Y'all ready or not? You know
Let's get it.
Okay. Can the camera be even more focused on me than it is? Let's see. All right. Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's first start out with what LJ said, right?
Focuswright.
LJ said that that Focuswright was created by Satan, and I agree. By Lucifer himself.
That's what I read.
If you read the Bible, there's definitely a part about how the angel that was Satan. There's a reason why Focuswright is red. It's because it's created by a demon named Satan.
You're not gonna do my box like that.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We gonna talk about it or we not talking about it?
Let's go.
We gotta tell the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Tight beat. We keeping it real. So first and foremost, the hands of the devil created this. And just off that alone, I worship and praise God. You feel me? So I can't really be messing with the Focuswright. Nah, on some real stuff. Let's start from the top of the list. Yeah. You talking about the Focuswright had his time. Let me go ahead and shoot that down.
Right.
Like this, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and shoot that down. First and foremost,
don't laugh, Dino Star.
What had its time is the inbox.
I knew you was going to yeah.
The inbox was the very first light, get the job done, decent, may or may not have MIDI inputs, USB bus powered, can fit even in your cargo pants pocket, right? And it was the most sold of its kind. That's what engineers who were on the move depended on. That's what it was. It wasn't a Focuswright. Focuswright never held that title, ever. Right? Okay, so let's be clear. Focuswright came along, right, to try to appeal to people, to inbox holders who either wanted to have an interface that worked with other software, like FL, like Logic, because that was also an era where the inbox was locked in specifically to Pro Tools. So Focuswright, being the bottom feeder that it is, was like, oh wow, we can actually make a run and pick up trash. Like, let's do that. Let's make a cheaper device for people who use cheaper software and make cheaper music. We can make this money. Walmart did it, so can we. Focuswright, aka Faded Glory. It's the same, you know what I'm saying? Walmart and Focuswright are like the mosquitoes and roaches combined and form Captain Planet. I got more. Y'all ready? No. We can keep going. We gotta keep going, man.
Let's go.
All right. So it never held that. You know what I'm saying? It never held that title, not one time. Now, keeping it moving, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody in the chat.
Laughing. It's
Big
not
shout out
funny.
everybody saluting. Big shout out my cousin Tamar in the building.
Man,
Lil Rob, what up, homie? You know what I'm saying? Digger
Forget
Hurst, what up?
everybody that's laughing at me.
Yeah.
Who's carrying around?
Laughing at the existence of Focuswright. That's
Who's carrying around an inbox right now?
I might have one in the inbox.
Okay, so that's a great question.
Who's carrying around inbox?
That's a great question. The bottom feeder. Once, I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was there. I was on the block, man. I seen it. This is what happened, bro. Once Focusrite, think about it. There used to be other stores that were cheap, right? But when Walmart came around, right, cheaper than everybody else offering, and I say the word cheap. I'm not saying costed less. I'm saying cheap very specifically. Walmart came around and put the cheap dudes out of business, right? That's the same thing that happened with Focusrite. Focusrite came around. People said, oh, wait a minute. I have an interface. It's called a Scarlett. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like these other guys. No, you're not, number one. Number two, Pro Tools said, hey, you know what? Forget this. We're going to stop messing with the bottom feeders. We're going to go mid and high class only. We're going to focus on mid-level interfaces and higher. That's it. Pro Tools said, forget you people on the bottom because you're clearly out of your mind because you're buying Focusrites. That's what Pro Tools said. I was there. I saw. I said, yo, Mr. Pro Tools, what's up? He said, yo, they stupid, bro. They buying the demons' creations, and I worship God. That's what Pro Tools told me. I went to his crib.
Bruh, you ain't been nowhere,
I went to his crib, and he said that he worshiped the Lord.
It's the right way to go. If you're trying to start off with something, bro, if you need a reliable interface that's gonna get the job done.
I'm sorry that people on Type Beat will lie to you. I will correct everything right now as I continue to tell my story. Okay, so now let's move forward. Let's get into actual practicality, right? Hey, yo, a few years back, like 5 years ago, I'm going on a vacation. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, for those who really know me, you know I go on vacations like once every 73 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going on a vacation, and it's not even a fully full vacation because I'm bringing along my U87 classic microphone, like literally the standard in vocal recording for the past 100, I don't even know how long, but for the past, like, since the modern record industry. Yeah. Right? I brought that with me, an XLR cable, my laptop, and then I think it was either ELO or Kid. They had an old Focusrite. I think it was Kid. Kid had his very first interface, which was a Focusrite. Now, for reasons that Unique stated, I brought it because I was like, oh, it's light, it's portable. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I brought it because I was working on a project that was like one of the most high-paying projects I have ever done at that time. And if they said they needed some changes in the voiceover or they needed me to record something vocally different, I wanted to be able to accommodate immediately.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so I'm in my my little room or whatever. We, you know what I'm saying? I'm in like the bath. I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? And I get a thing. They're like, yeah, man, you know, if you could just say this one thing a little bit differently, we'll be ready to roll. I'm like, all right, cool, that's bad. Let's get it. I got my chaotic eyeball. Right? I got the stand and everything. I'm like, bet, let me just hook up the 87 to the Focusrite, USB in, let's get it. Bruh. I record the vocals, and I'm listening back. I'm like, damn, chaotic eyeball just not really delivering right. It must be like muffling something up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just confused as to why my vocals sound so dark. It lacks body. It sounded like I recorded a 96 kilobit per second MP3. Like, damn. And I'm just like, damn, I don't know what's going on. Let me check my XLR cable. Damn. I'm checking everything. You know what I'm saying? I take the chaotic eyeball off. I brought a pop filter, right? So I just put on a regular pop filter. Bruh, I'm going through all this stuff, and then I realized, like, it's the Focusrite. I have one of the most legendary microphones in recording history, and through this interface, it sounds and I want to be clear. I've exaggerated a little bit, just a little bit, in this monologue. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. An iPhone recording sounded better. Damn. Like, if I just picked up my phone and talked into it. Damn. It sounded better than a U87 going into the Focusrite preamp and converting analog to digital in Pro Tools.
Which version?
I respect that. I respect that.
Hell no. That was the worst recording I've ever witnessed in my life. And I was like, this is what y'all dealing with? This is way, and I remember people used to talk about the converters on inboxes. You know what I'm saying? Inbox 1 and inbox 2.
Yeah.
I remember people used to have conversations about those converters. It was never this bad. Never. Ever. I had never seen an audio interface. And I'm going to be clear. I'm talking about going all the way back to PCI audio interfaces. The just you had to slide into your PC. You know what I'm saying? Like as like a cartridge. You know what I'm saying? I had never seen a recording as ever on any interface aside from like the Dell interface from like 1994. The one that came with the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, aside from that one, this was the worst interface, the worst analog to digital conversion I had ever heard in my life. And I was like, no. Okay, I understand there's levels to this, and I understand blah, 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 blah. But nah, man, I'm not going to be happy with people eating slavery food and we not in slavery no more. Come on, man. That's the slavery food version. What are we talking about? I'm not going to celebrate you eating slavery food. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. And then try to act like it's good food. No, it's not. It was killing us for mad years, bro. Like, it's not good food. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm not giving that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And I'm telling y'all, like, you know what? Nah, I've told y'all. You know what I'm saying? How about that? You know what I'm saying? Stay away from these Focusrites, bro. You know what I'm saying? Literally just record it to your phone. Like, it's better than the Focusrite.
Which version?
Which version of the phone? The Nokia. Damn. The Razor. Hey, remember them phones where you just hooked up a string into a cup? Remember that? Yo,
now you gassing it now. Now you gassing it now.
It's at least worth a test. We gonna find out.
It now.
We gonna find out, bro.
He said we gonna find out.
This is terrible.
I'm gonna go home and record something right now today.
Nah, and that's what I'm saying. Y'all are out there buying microphones and preamps. Y'all are recording things in these Focusrites. Y'all have no idea what your shit actually sounds like because you're doing it through a Focusrite.
Nah, but for real though, I've been wanting to upgrade.
I'm just saying, like, I saw something the other day. It was on Help Me Divine. He said, "Yo, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a $75 microphone going into an amazing interface, right, or a $4,000 microphone going into a Focusrite?" Before you even answer the question, think about that. The fact that the question exists is the point. Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that it's like, okay, damn, let me think about that.
Wow.
Is the point. Like,
he legit said Focusrite.
Come on.
Wow.
What are we talking about here? It's absolute. I'm sorry. You're using trash. Good for you for finding something to use, but I will never say good work on the trash. No, that shit is trash.
I may fight for Focusrite and everything, but I have been wanting to switch over to Apollo because it does.
Mad Beast laughing at like,
it ain't because of that.
Nah, she would upgrade the Focusrite to the new Focusrite.
The time that I did upgrade my interface, I had the wrong laptop. I had an HP trying to hook up to an Apollo, and they weren't compatible yet. And now I have a Mac and no Apollo. So
this is a legendary the hatred towards Focusrite. I think it's definitely that's a realer hatred than Waves joints.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
It is. Nah, that's facts. Because at least Waves got a few giants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A few giants. There's a couple Waves plugins I'll like use and try to get off the screen before anybody see them using them. But I'll never do that with the Focusrite, bro. Never. Bro, if somebody came in and like had a Focusrite and they left it on my desk and like somebody else saw it there, bro, I would apologize for years. I would be so embarrassed.
It's not what it looks like.
Man, we are professionals. Like, I don't even know how that got here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would not, bro. We are professionals. I would so distance myself from Focusrite. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I've never not wanted to focus because of Focusrite. Like, I want to be scatterbrained. I would prefer to not know what I'm doing when I walk in a room, just to never be close to the word focus regarding Focusrite, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it.
I was surprised anybody in the chat defending this joint.
Ain't nobody got my back.
Ain't nobody.
Nah, 'cause I know-
can't defend the devil, man. You a devil worshiper defending the
I
devil.
definitely
You know
don't,
what
bro.
I'm saying?
I definitely had this
Ain't no
discussion
story, you got my back.
with some.
This is violence.
I mean, it is what it is, man. We calling it out, man. I'm the
True.
news, bro. I'm
He's on the news.
reporting what it is on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's it.
Oh, bro.
Sorry. When I get my Apollo, I don't want to hear shit else.
Nah, just
Because I'm going to have it.
Just burn that focus right out in the street. Don't pass it on to nobody.
Just burn.
That's like passing on slave food and drugs to somebody else, bro. Like, don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Just burn it, destroy it.
My
Man.
son gonna like it.
No, why would you do that to your son, man? I've seen you interact with your son. You love him.
I do.
Why would you do that then? That's disgraceful. You don't want to do that. Passing on bad traits, like, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Do your son right, man. Set up his future for success.
So
Not
give
this man no
him the
focus,
vote.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Give him the
Like,
vote.
yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, nah, don't do that,
I
man.
love
Get him an
Jesus
iPhone.
too, man. But
You know
you're
what I'm
supposed to have my back. Like,
She said, it's over with. You said get him an iPhone.
That's it, bro.
Man, lab, just go to
I
work,
can't
bro.
do it, bro.
it's all right.
Dino Star Seed said, "Hey fam, I love Jesus." So she on the side of everybody else, not the demonic focus, right? You know what I'm saying? AKA focus wrong.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's it, bro.
Sorry.
I had one at a
It's
point.
all right.
you know,
I'm finna upgrade soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, man. I never had that. I'm so glad,
I
bro.
definitely
can
had a
say
focus rate.
that. I never
that
had
was-
that, bro.
That was before I learned really what engineering and all this other stuff like.
Yeah, man. Before you learned it was wrong, man. You read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh man, I talked to someone because I definitely know some people that they swear by the focus rate.
they don't
and
swear.
I'm like,
Yo, people be swearing by what they can afford.
I think
the
that's
thing.
what it is.
Like,
Hey, nah, facts, because
You know what? I
Once
feel
I-
that. I
once-
feel that because that's all I could afford.
once we
at the
recorded
time-
through the
at time.
Apollo, bro, like I gotta get one of these. Yeah, I know.
Bruh.
hey, yo, my man Anon said, mad about to throw holy water on you. Nigga, that's facts, bro. We need to do, what's that, John? What's that, what's not that poltergeist?
The exorcism.
Exorcist, yeah, man. We about to just throw an exorcism on you.
That's
fam.
how y'all feeling. That's how y'all feeling.
That's it.
That's
man.
hilarious.
Sorry, I'm gonna get that upgrade. Y'all don't want to hear shit from y'all. I love y'all though.
That's it. Please get the upgrade, fam. That way we can have you. I can make sure that you gonna live in eternity. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Oh,
right now, it's just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, this man said slave food.
like,
It is. That's what it is, though. That's the best comparison possible. You just getting by
like
and you
I'm straight
celebrate
slopping
getting by.
out here, bro.
That's
Big
tough.
pause.
Damn.
Like,
Extreme, bro.
damn.
What is going on? What is happening?
Big pause.
saying?
What?
Hey, big shout out to everybody tapped in, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a good handful of viewers across the platforms. Yeah. Shout out to everybody leaving comments, everybody posing questions. Man, it's been a great episode so far, man. Do we have anything else we need to talk about?
Nah, I do want to recap, I guess, about like the Labana joint. Let the world know.
Let's talk about what happened, bro.
Yeah.
What happened?
Period.
Yeah, so we had a partnership situation going on with Labana Hospital for the kids, fundraising event. Mm-hmm. It was
It was a night to
amazing.
remember.
Yeah, it
For
was.
real, for real.
It was.
Really enjoyed myself. Shout out to Le Bon Appetit. Shout out to Kelly English for
Facts,
just getting all that shit together. Shout out to my man Mad Beats for, you know what I'm saying, having a team on some real shit, you know what I'm saying, and for hosting that night. Shout out to fucking Journey for setting the tone with the violin, you know what I'm saying. She did her thing, period.
She did.
Shout out to motherfucking Elo, who's not of this world. I hope he shit on your mama doorstep with his music one day. Period.
Damn.
Hey, shout out to
What's going on?
shout out to fucking Nubia with the don't change a thing and the magic.
Yeah.
Don't change a thing, Nubia. You feel me? Clean job. Killed that shit. Don't play with her. And Frankie, and Marie, and period. AKA Melodic and Frankster the Gangster. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the names right. You know what I'm saying? Period. And shout out to motherfucking me.
Nah, facts.
Goddamn.
Facts.
Shout
For
out to
sure,
me.
for sure.
Toe it
Yeah.
down. Shout out to Etta Havoc. I fucking love Etta Havoc. And I cannot wait to get on stage with Etta Havoc because we're gonna have a great time. You feel me? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to motherfucking Kid Maestro on the ones and twos, holding that shit down. Playing the Tajin tapes, y'all. He wasn't even playing people's original music. He was playing his shit. And period. You feel me? Yeah. Shout out to everybody. C Major, LJ, everybody that played a part. Freaking Aaron James on the guitar. Don't play with him. Don't play. Shout out to everybody. Everybody.
It was a great event.
It was.
It was different for me. Just being transparent. Walked in the room, a lot of white people dressed up and shit. I was like, oh, this is not my, but it was a different environment.
It was.
But I embraced it. Salute to the team for like really showing how to move in these spaces. Yeah, man, it was pretty cool and for a great cause.
Yeah, I always love scenarios like that. First of all, I echo everything you said, Unique and LJ. Big shout out to the people who helped make this happen, and the opportunity to get a chance to usher in a lot of new talent and perform and do it for a great cause, man, and for a great organization that's really doing amazing things in the region. But it's also like that being it was kind of different for us as artists in terms of where we go and the kinds of people we see where we go. That's extremely what a group like Unapologetic wants, right?
Yeah.
Is to forever be challenging where we are or where we should be. You know what I'm saying? And introducing ourselves and our ideas in new spaces. So I love what we did that night, and I feel grateful and I'm blessed that it happened. And I look forward to the next scenarios that we get a chance to operate in this kind of capacity. Yeah, it's going to be great. I want to give a huge shout out to the Pro Show audio, guys who supplied the sound. This is Type Beat. We are pro music, audio engineering, and producers. So big shout out to the people who handled the stage setup, speakers, the house, and all things in that regard. They did a really good job given the circumstances.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I look forward to the next one. Right now, again, the guys are on tour. That's why the cast is looking a little bit light, in comparison to how it normally is. But yeah, we got a lot of things we're gonna do this summer. I'm going to shout out a couple things. First and foremost, if you don't already, you should go ahead and get that Unapologetic World app.
Get that.
It's available for iOS and Android devices. It is free. It takes up roughly about 85 megabytes on a phone. So you have enough space for it, trust me. It's all things unapologetic. Our world, it's got music, but it's got a lot of our culture in it as well. Short films, things like this, right? Podcasts, interesting ideas. It's a fun place to be. So go ahead and check that out. Unapologetic World app available in your iOS or our Google Play store. It is designed by me. Little known facts about me: I have a degree in computer science. I've been programming since I was about 13 or 14 years old. And my whole life is nothing but a series of if, then, else. A series of decisions. And if something goes wrong, then this. So yeah, go ahead and get that app. It's available. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. Some of y'all been here the whole time.
Period.
And we appreciate that. We know we run over an hour, and so to lock in with us at this level is a commitment, and we appreciate that. Yeah, we're working on a lot of crazy stuff.
Definitely.
Some stuff is kind of out of this world.
You know what I'm saying?
Stuff that even I would have never guessed we would ever be doing. We're working with organizations. If there was something larger than internet, maybe galactically known, I don't know, maybe people on Mars are aware of some of these organizations, maybe. But we're doing some pretty crazy things with some pretty amazing organizations to introduce and disrupt across the planet. And you'll know about them relatively soon, in a matter of weeks. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. And if you're an artist, extra stay tuned and go ahead and get that app. Any last words from my cast?
Man, this was great. This was great.
This was good. This was a great show. Shout out to all the listeners. Make sure you have clothes on in the booth if you like them.
Going back to the beginning.
It's okay.
It's a good suggestion. It's facts.
And Focus Right is the right way to go. And now we have been attacked.
And that's the end of that beat. Shout out. LJ, any last words, bro?
No, man, I'm good. Y'all be safe out there, fam.
Okay, I want to give a quick shout out to my co-producer Osaze in the building. You know what I'm saying? Young intern in the gang. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. And big shout out to Nikita in the building as well. Making sure that things is known in the app, things is known in the world, keeping things organized with our correspondence with organizations who want to work with us. Yeah. On that note, man, this is I Make Mad Beats. My cast behind me.
LJ1S.
Unique, period.
Yeah, and this has been another episode of Type Beat and a podcast, a producer-based podcast at Outer Space and Unapologetic Studio. Stay dangerous, stay safe, do both or do neither. Peace.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.